So we move on to this week's report. The latest film by that arch conspiracy theorist Oliver Stone is called U-Turn, a manoeuvre usually executed most skillfully by politicians. Stone's U-Turn, however, is a black comedy that mixes murder, betrayal and sex, and stars Sean Penn, Jennifer Lopez, Nick Nolte and Jon Voight. Tom Brook has been talking to the cast and their director.
Yes, it's a good day for singing a song.
Bobby Cooper is en route to Vegas to settle a debt. But his car breaks down and he ends up trapped for a day in a desert town where he encounters an array of disturbing characters. An oil-encrusted car repairman, an ominous blind beggar, a sultry temptress and her husband who has a threatening edge. Bobby is at the center of a dark comedy in which his sanity is put to the test.
I think there's no neurosis in this character, at least in the beginning, at all, much less than most of us. By neurosis, I'm talking about just that pleasure avoidance. This guy, you know, he knows what he needs, he knows what he wants. It's very simple, what makes him comfortable, what makes him as close to happy as he can be. And none of it exists in this town. So that was the humor of it to me.
You're a man without scruples.
Hey, man.
Oh, I can smell it on you. Hey. Yeah, this is what I'm a man.
If the film has a theme, it's about being drawn into a nightmarish world where everyone around you is a viper, and you just can't escape.
I describe it as a prison film with gallows humor. Is really what it is. It's a no exit. It's a waiting for Godot. It's a, you know.
Yes, it's a good day.
U-Turn represents a departure for Oliver Stone. For once, he's not offering explicit political or social commentary. He sees this film as a thriller that combines black comedy with film noir and elements of the Western.
I've never done a genre film, a thriller like this, so it was a challenge, and there are certain formulas and rules, and I played the game. I mean, I wanted to make the picture unpredictable, like a roller coaster ride, and that would veer moment to moment from horror to humor. And I was thinking Hitchcock, it was the same cocktail, you know, you'd always have this savage murder, and then he'd cut to something ridiculously ludicrous, like Frenzy comes to mind. So that's what I wanted to do, so a new thing.
I didn't tell you you could do it, and you can't do unauthorized work.
So all of a sudden, you know everything there is to know about being a mechanic.
Billy Bob Thornton is almost unrecognizable as Daryl, the garage mechanic from hell. With his local yokel style and malicious incompetence, he effectively thwarts Bobby's efforts to leave town in his own car.
Or worse.
You know, he looks like he hasn't taken a bath, your character, in about 3 months, and his teeth are really foul.
Yeah.
Was that easy for you to kind of get into that physical presentation?
Well, once you do it, once you have the grease rubbed all over you, and once you work inside a car for a while, like I would do before we'd start sometimes, and have those kind of teeth, it puts you in a different frame of mind. I mean, you just feel different already.
Despite its strong, powerful cast and impressive cinematography, U-Turn has had a dismal showing at the American box office. Since its release 2 months ago, it's only managed to bring in a little over $6.5 million. Could it be that audiences have finally tired of Oliver Stone's explorations of the dark side of American life?
Killer.
The complaint from critics is that the violence and darkness in U-Turn doesn't illuminate. But Oliver Stone is accustomed to criticism.
I think certain people have been on my case for years. The last time out, I was an paranoid Richard Nixon. I was an insane Jim Morrison. I was a Vietnam veteran who couldn't get rid of Vietnam. Then I was a conspiracy theorist who saw conspiracies and UFOs. I mean, it's endless sets of cataloging and ball and chain that I get. I try not to get stuck. I want to stay a butterfly. Every time I make a movie, I want to feel free, like a child.
What is it with this film that you want to confront people with? There is a lot that's quite dark in there.
Although there are many negative, dark things in the movie, there's also, for some reason, very positive things. People feel like there's a lot of life in the movie. There's a lot of life in the desert. So, you know, call it a dance. Call it a dance with life and death.
Some moviegoers found Oliver Stone exhibiting a new hip coolness in U-Turn. It certainly has style, but the common charge from its critics was that at its core, the film is nihilistic, depressing, and pointless.
U-Turn will open here on April the 24th.